My name is Devyn Hall, and I will be presenting my final curriculum presentation. First off, my target audience was college-age females with a dining hall plan and focusing on their vegetable intake. Why this audience? Well, this audience is more so on the young side and impressionable, and most likely has already been doing a little bit of research, or at least there's a little interested in nutrition because of societal pressure. And because of that societal pressure, they probably also struggle with nutritional and societal standards more than other groups. And they all have access to a dining hall plan, so they have access to easy changes with minimal effort to put what they learn into action. And they have access to a support group. Through research, I found that many women use the dining halls as more of a social presence than kind of a nutritional one. So having a support group could very well change their eating habits in the long term. Some health and nutrition issues for this specific group of people include, again, societal pressure to eat and look a certain way, stress and lack of time to cook, or wanting to eat foods, or wanting to only eat comfort foods, because a lot of times college students are stressed and they tend to reach more for the chicken nuggets or the mac and cheese, something that'll make them feel comfy. Um, Financial disparities are also one. Produce can be rather expensive sometimes and it goes bad quickly. So many feel like they're wasting money by buying it. And for lots of college-age women, health is low on the priority list because of other stressors, again, like financial stressors, academic, social stressors, stuff like that. For my needs assessment overview, my focus group were 3 college-age females, all with a dining hall plan between the ages of 19 and 21. And through this group, we got a large variety of answers for some of the survey questions, which included how many servings of vegetables were eaten a day, how many different varieties, say colors of vegetables were eaten in a day, and what the biggest barriers are. However, there were some very common answers, such as time and desire to cook being a common barrier, or 1 or 2 servings of vegetables a day on average, instead of the recommended 5 to 6 servings a day. And we found that the dining hall needs to offer a large variety of vegetables because every single person surveyed had extremely different vegetables they like to eat in the dining hall. The theoretical model that I chose for my program is the social cognitive theory model, which is good for lots of different motivations, including personal, environmental, and behavioral motivations. And it acknowledges all interactions that somebody could have between their own person, the environment, and behavior. It promotes self-efficacy and skills to carry what you learned onto your own life without needing further education. And it includes societal norms and community access. My overall goal for this curriculum was to increase the overall vegetable intake in the diets of the audience, which again are women aged around 18 to 22 that have a dining hall plan. But other goals include understanding what a true balanced diet means and understanding how to find and interpret true nutritional information so they can continue to educate themselves, along with cooking vegetables so they are actually attractive to eat instead of more like a chore. So for objectives and learning activities, I want to go over all of Fink's categories and how the curriculum I designed covers all of the categories. For foundational knowledge, it would just be the basic education, what carbohydrates, proteins, fats do for the body, along with the commonly known micronutrients such as B vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin K, vitamin A. Application would be through analysis of sample diets and what vitamins are missing from those sample diets and what foods could be added to obtain all of the vitamins needed throughout a day. Integration would be application of analysis into their own diet. So group discussion about maybe what you had to eat yesterday or so far today, and what you could eat, what you could add to achieve all of the necessary vitamins, fiber, minerals that vegetables would offer. Human dimension includes scenarios of different and common barriers of vegetable intake and how they could be overcame. Common barriers include time, finances, the desire, and for some, having kids or other people in their lives that could be very picky towards vegetables. Caring includes three reasons to change the diet instead of just being healthy. So, specific reasons that they may want to change their diet. And learning how to learn includes finding and interpreting research papers and statistics so they can continue to learn on their own and learn true information that is backed by research. For my lessons one and two, lesson one, why so many nutrition rules? So that is my title for that. It would consist of 3 hours over the course of 2 days, so an hour and a half per day. And it includes a brief understanding, again, of the basic nutrition information, just to give a good basis. And the activities I would do for these include a matching game, a Kahoot game, and breakout groups because it would aid in collaboration and competition. And my lesson two consists of one class that is only an hour and a half, and it is to learn the nutrition files of common vegetables and reinforce why those vitamins and those minerals could be very beneficial to have in a diet. Activities for this lesson include a diet analysis. So again, what can be added to a specific diet, and the personal diet analysis, along with a diet swap. So watching an episode of a show such as Super Size versus Super Skinny and analyze what is missing in not just one diet, but both diets. Lessons three and four will include um, three class periods total between the two lessons. Lesson three would be one class, lesson four would be two classes. And lesson three would be all about, again, identifying those common barriers and how to overcome them, which will be done through case studies and a field trip to a fast food restaurant to allow students to pick what they view as the healthy option that they would actually want to eat, along with a day that students can garden and take home their own potted plant that would grow their own vegetables, ideally. Lesson four would be all about how to read and interpret statistics again, how to flag misinformation, and how to use Google to find nutrition related research papers that aren't false. So this would include activities such as sample websites that might be trying to sell a supplement or some other nutrition related something that aids like nutrition misinformation, such as try this keto diet today or something like that. And it would teach them to be wary of sites such as that is trying to sell something. And then we would also include a review of a research paper in which the class would highlight everything they don't understand about the research paper. I would collect them, or the nutrition specialist would collect them, and they would go over what people didn't understand as a class. So they learn how to interpret the parts of a research paper that they don't understand, along with a field trip to a nutrition lab. So they could learn some of the biology and some of the chemistry behind um, why these vitamins are important for you from a true professional. Social media. Social media has been a huge influence in the past couple years, and this includes in the nutrition world. Many registered dietitians have their own platforms on Instagram or TikTok or any any social media, and many of them use it to spread true information, but there can be some misinformation on social media as well. This is just some Instagram posts that are little graphics to promote healthy eating without spreading misinformation. My logic model inputs include nutrition, having a nutrition educator, needing insurance, needing gift cards, food, planning supplies, prizes, a mini bus for field trips, and having guest speakers, which ideally would be free but may need to be paid. Activities for my model include games, breakout groups for collaboration, guest speakers again, field trips, gardening, some of the more hands-on stuff that people tend to learn better from. Process measures include questions from surveys and observations to evaluate information retention and participation. So these can come in the form of, again, just surveys or just observation, or they can be pre-test and post-test, or just straight questions that the class answers as a class. And my initial, intermediate, and long-term goals. So first off, my initial goal is just, again, for people to get a foundational knowledge of nutrition. But the more long-term and more important goals would be having a new understanding of the importance of a balanced diet, especially pertaining to vegetable intake, and understanding how to find true information online about nutrition so people can keep educating themselves, especially since nutrition is always a changing field with always new information coming out. This is a example of my sample budget for the curriculum that I have come up with. Again, the primary audience is college-age females, and the health issue is having a healthy intake of vegetables. Again, we need to get that 1 to 2 servings a day up to about 5 or 6 servings a day. And ideally, the location would be in an empty classroom at the University of Georgia, which wouldn't cost any money, and hiring a nutrition educator would probably cost around $257 based on this math that I have done and statistics from salary.com. Insurance to cover a commercial vehicle, so the minibus would be $150. Other materials I tallied would be around $1,300. And then here's just some other expenses listed. So in all, it would probably cost around $5,000 to run this program, which is a little more on the expensive side. But again, with all the field trips and all the hands-on activities, I believe it would be more than worth it. And here are my references. And that is all. Thank you.